What is going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets podcast. Today is Sunday, March 6th, 2022, and this is episode number 174. Tonight on the podcast, we have BishopGP and MiddleAgedStream. Mr. BishopGP, how you doing today, buddy?
Sheesh. What up, man? I'm good, dude. I've been gaming. I've been playing video games. I played some Valorant last night, which was sweet. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm surviving out here in Portland, Oregon.
I thought it was
Oregon.
oregano.
I think it might be. Yeah, I think it depends on your north or south.
Mm-hmm.
Oregano. Yeah.
Yes. Jimmy, how are you doing tonight?
I need you to be honest. How much younger do I look without a mustache?
You honestly don't look that much younger. It's a little bit, but it's not a
I think you look a lot older. Yeah, I think you look a lot older.
I mean, older than you already looked, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, man, I'm doing good. I'm recovering from doing that 12-hour stream yesterday. That took it out of me a little bit, but got a lot of sleep today and feeling good, man. I had a really good time, and that's why I'm mustacheless. We did this for charity, and it was a great cause. So, yes.
Are you immediately going to grow it back?
Yes.
Okay. So
doesn't it feel a bit weird, like stiff and strange?
It feels
without
weird.
It there?
Yes, it does. It's because
Yeah.
I'm so used to wearing. It's been nearly a year since the last time I shaved it, so yeah, it feels a little weird.
Doesn't it feel weird to like? It's almost like your lip feels strange.
Mhm.
Like it feels like your lip is doing weird shit.
Mhm.
Like it's just like, yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, it's like why am my lips like I'm like eating I'm talking like I'm swallowing the top lip slowly but surely.
Yeah,
there was
no, go ahead.
There was a video I saw on TikTok, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 months ago. It was this wife recording her husband. I guess he had just shaved his mustache. He takes a big scoop of ice cream and goes, and then like looks immediately at the camera, and he knows that she just captured the moment of him brushing his invisible mustache to eat the ice cream. And it's like, man, once it's on there for so long, it becomes a part of you, and you
Yes.
don't realize how much of your life has to conform to having a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's like you know on the bottom of a door where they put like the strip of like brush fibers, right? So it insulates the doorway.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like once that's gone, your lips are now touching. There's no longer like the little corner piece that's like a little salty or tasty treat. You know, you get a little dab it up. You're like, oh, like mine tastes like toothpaste right now. There's a little toothpaste flavor.
little
in
something
there.
from earlier that you can just be like,
yeah, a little, you know,
yeah,
little
treat.
quick little reminder on what you ate. You know, you're just like,
Speaking
I
of,
had pizza.
what is your go-to toothpaste, Bishop?
I use Arm & Hammer. Arm & Hammer baking soda toothpaste.
You are an adult,
Yeah.
and you are allowed to buy whatever toothpaste you want, and you go with Arm. I mean,
Yeah.
you have a beautiful pearly smile, but that's the toothpaste that you choose.
I feel like it's the most aggressive on my teeth. You know, it's the most aggressive in my mouth. It's painful. It tastes horrible. And I feel like I'm not brushing my teeth to have a good experience. I'm brushing my teeth just to get the job done. And I feel like that's the most poisonous shit I could find. And keep this in mind, okay? Keep this in mind. I live in Portland, Oregon, okay? I live in Portland, Oregon. Everybody's like, okay, don't put that in my mind, my body, my soul. Oh my God, I can't put that inside of me because it's going to poison me. It's made by Clorox. I want to find the shit that kills everything. Like,
Right.
give me the shit that is like the strongest shit I can buy. Like, I want to bleach my floors when I clean. I don't want to leave anything like up for risk. Okay, I don't conform to that. Like, I understand like making things good so the seals don't get clubbed by the Canadians and all of that. Speaking as a Canadian, but let's also make sure that we have some cleaning utilities that still work. You know, and my toothpaste. When it comes to toothpaste, if I go down to the store down below me right now. There's like charcoal toothpaste. There's like freaking hibiscus toothpaste, oregano. I guarantee you I can find like 5 different types of ingredients that you could never find anywhere else in the US. So, yeah, I'm just like, I order the shit that's poisonous.
Okay.
So,
And now, Jimmy, before you give me your perfect toothpaste, I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that you're a Tom's motherfucker, because you look like the dude that would be eating fucking Tom's toothpaste.
No, it's whatever my wife buys, which is usually like a Crest whitening formula or some shit.
Okay. Any accolades within there? Any not accolades? Any extras? Like, do you get the ones with the beads or the sparkles or the whitening strip in the tube?
Honest, I don't even read the packaging. I just put it on my toothbrush and I brush my teeth. I don't really give a shit. It's just I trust her to pick the right toothpaste, so I just use it.
Jimmy, you heard it here first, chat. Jimmy treats his toothpaste like he treats his backups. Doesn't give a shit.
Hey, whatevs, man. It's toothpaste, you know?
I was expecting Jimmy to just come out and be like, well, I have that double mint variety of tooth gum that I just shoot in a couple gum in the morning.
Tooth gum.
I got that dental tooth gum.
Man, speaking of Southern accents, I have been on a little bit of a TV show watching binge lately. I've been enjoying watching TV, which is something that has been unheard of for well over 5 years. I just started Ozark, so I'm on season 1.
That's not TV. That's Netflix, you fucking boomer. That's not TV.
Oh, you're going to make me
You just
throw up.
Oh,
You're
you are the oldest piece of garbage on this podcast. How are you going to call Netflix TV, dude?
It's not even on Netflix.
That's Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Ozark? Yeah. It's a Netflix original.
Ozark.
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ozark's great.
Yeah.
But it's like a
Yeah.
drama.
Wait,
It's like it's got the same production values you'd find in movies. You know?
Yeah. It's not TV,
You are
man.
the
It's
first
like HBO.
person that has ever gotten upset with me calling streaming episodes not TV.
I mean, technically, you're watching it potentially on your TV.
On the television, right. I have not
I
had...
consider TV to be like direct TV or like a cable service provider or something like that.
Okay, well,
No, well-
you're the boomer here, Bish. You're the boomer.
Yeah.
Okay?
You boom fuck.
Golly. Jeez.
Anyways.
Oh, man. I don't know.
What are we drinking tonight? Jimmy?
Bang Energy.
Are you really?
I got some
my
fancy
God.
box wine. And also, I'm drinking the last of my Shiner strawberry.
Ooh. You know, strawberries is one of those things where I enjoy eating strawberries, but I don't like strawberry flavored things, except for the strawberry shortcake ice cream bars. Those things are fucking delectable.
Yeah.
Yes? No?
You're using big words today, Knackers.
I'm trying to
Delectable.
expand my vocabulary.
Yeah, I think Wordle. You're a big Wordle player or something
I
right
don't
now?
even
You,
know how Wordle works,
I don't
nor
either.
will I spend the time to learn.
Yeah, it's a big word game. There's 5 letters per word. It's a pretty tough one.
I don't care that people like Wordle, okay? However, I have never seen such a social media craze. Like, I've never seen so many people share something that means absolutely nothing to the majority
I have no
of the
idea
world.
what those stupid little green and yellow and black and white
Nope.
blocks. I don't know what any of that shit means.
No idea.
You guys want me to give you a crash course?
No.
Just speed run
No,
it?
I don't
Okay.
care.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
It's pretty bad. I mean, it's pretty dumb. It's basically like a board game that someone converted into like a daily quest, right? And yeah, people are really excited to share their progress. It's very interesting.
It's
The
odd.
problem,
Just odd.
yeah, I only know like 4 5-letter words, and I found that I'm really bad at vocabulary anything. So
Yeah. It's all right. I don't want to hate on a thing that people are liking, but I don't Wordle. That's all.
yeah, the threads of Twitter DMs of just like people posting their Wordles. It's just like, oh, okay, cool, man.
Yeah, back in my day, it was Words with Friends where we spelt actual words with actual lengths. You little 5-letter bitches.
Yeah. It's basically process of elimination, the game with 5-letter words.
Right.
It's really cringe.
Which it's fair.
But
Yo,
yeah, you can
if
literally
you
cheat,
wanna
and there's 2 words that
if
give
you
you.
want to like Wordle, like you can cheat at any of those word games. You can cheat on words.
Yeah,
I stopped
they're easy.
playing with somebody because they claimed they weren't cheating, and then one day they had their phone out, and I saw the app that was like right next to their Words with Friends app, and it had like it was like the Words Assistant app. I was like, hey, what's that app for? And he's like, oh, just pretended like I didn't see it with my own eyes. I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm never playing Words with Friends with you again. And I stopped playing the
Dude, what
game.
a dick. You got to cheat at that, man? Oh, my God.
Like, what kind of friend is that? Not a good one.
Yeah, I had here's a good story, and I know that he'll really enjoy this because I'll clip this and send it to him. But I have a buddy that I play with, this Armenian guy. He's like 35 years old, your guys' age, right? But he's straight out of Armenia, has a very thick accent, and I love playing games with him. I play games with him all the time. And we were playing Anno, and I was looking, and Anno's like the city building game where you're building an island, and then you can go over to the island of your friend, and you can see the island that they're building. And I was like, man, you really suck at this game because you really built nothing on the island at all. And I was like, this is kind of a shitty, like your organization of your town is trash. But I'm not going to judge you for that. But then I started looking at his resources, and I was like, man, you have a lot of resources for having a shit island. Turns out he was cheating the whole time using cheat engine and duplicating his items. and it kept crashing the game for like 4 days while we were playing it. Kept crashing the game, and we kept having to restart it. And I was like, I wonder if it's my host. I wonder if it's my ISP, my DNS, going through like troubleshooting. It was because he kept changing values on his side, and then it was crashing the server, and he was playing it off like he wasn't cheating.
Wow.
And it was funny because it was my brother, myself, and Ramik. And right after we found out, we fucking roasted him, and it went on for days. I made like graphics in the Discord that were like Armenia's reputation is tarnished because of Ramik Arts. I was making like false headlines, all kinds of stuff for days, and he still has not lived it down.
Well, you really can't.
Fucking cheater.
You can't.
We say that he has orange fingers because of the Cheetos that he's eating all the time.
I have no problem with people that want to cheat if it's not a game that is like a multiplayer game. Like any cheating is single player and experience. But if you're playing a multiplayer game and cheating, you're just a shithead. You know?
Yeah, like
You're fingers, man.
who didn't put in infinite money when playing SimCity or The Sims, right? Or like who
Or
didn't,
AEGIS on Age of Empires.
Who didn't type
Right.
the
Didn't the
Konami code
Vipers-
in, right?
exactly.
But multiplayer games and cheating is so... God, I hate that shit. Ugh.
Yeah, it was a big defining moment in Ramik and I's friendship. But he went through like 3 months of us shitting on him in Discord. So yeah, he dealt with it. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
You got to, yeah.
All right, we got some talking points. Just a couple things we wanted to touch on. But as far as video games, what have we been playing lately?
Jimmy, go first.
I beat Cyberpunk 2077.
Beat it.
Well, I got one of the endings. I'm not going to say
Okay.
any spoilers or anything, but I'm not going to play that on stream anymore. But I'm going to go back. There's a part in the game which kind of sucks, but there's a part in the game where you it's like a point of no return. But once you finish, like you got to reload it from that point. So before you play like the final story mission. So I'll go back and play so I can get some of the different endings and stuff. I got the worst ending possible. Which is what I pissed off a lot of people because I immediately switched the game. I'm like, nope, we're done.
Oh, really? You were just like, I'm fucking done with this.
No, I just wanted to kind of piss some people off who were trying to tell me I had to reload it, and I was like, nah, I don't. No, we're
you,
sticking
Chad.
with this. We're sticking with this.
How many hours did you put into it before you beat it?
About 50. About 50
Oh,
hours.
wow. Okay. Good amount.
Yeah. I didn't play all of it on stream. A lot of that was spent off stream.
Is it worth it? Is it worth revisiting now
Yes.
that they've updated?
They fixed it. All the major bugs are gone, and it's totally stable and enjoyable now. And it was fun to play. So I know you've been it's been on sale so many times that if you don't have it, you could probably get it for cheap.
It might still be. I got it for half off a week or so ago. Let me check right now because I knew that I was getting ready to be in the market for a new graphics card. And I'm like, you know what? I know that I want to play this game. If it's half off now, even if I play it a year from now when more stuff is patched, that would be cool. But
How did you get your graphics card?
so that's actually kind of crazy.
Was
So
it the microphone presentation? How you
you started like, did I do?
you displayed it enough where you finally had a sub or a supporter
Yeah,
come
dude,
out
I
and
just
help you out with
Gave
it.
that
You
bitch
found
a
it for you.
pineapple Slurpee.
You got it.
But anyway, so I was I had made a couple TikToks. Let me actually just get some of that saliva
dry that off.
Dude, if I ever had to send this microphone back, I guarantee you would smell a certain something when they open the box.
Kick Tripod would open the box and go.
Knackers. So I had made a video on TikTok. A lot of my TikTok followers already knew that I had a pretty jank GPU setup. And for any of those unaware, 2 years ago, like just at the beginning of the pandemic, I had this issue where one of my 3 fans on my GPU would spin up to 100%. Like the entire case would vibrate because of how fast it was spinning. And so what I would do is when I was gaming, I could never see what fan was doing it. So I would stick my hand in my case and try and put my finger on the middle of the fan to slow it down. Figure out which one of the fans was doing this. Perfectly logical fix or troubleshooting step. And one day I put my finger in there, not really paying too much attention, and I hit one of the fan blades, and the fan blade shattered and flew. Still to this day, never found it. So one fan died. The two other fans started working twice as hard to try and cool the bitch. Then the two fans died. So I pulled all the fans off and I zip tied a Corsair fan and a Cooler Master fan to my GPU and then plugged the fans in the GPU just to keep it cool. I used it like that for close to 2 years. So I made a video on TikTok like, this is how bad I need a GPU right now. And then just showed the zip ties on it and everything. And somebody that's been following for a while says, dude, there's GPUs in areas where like there's not as much foot traffic as where you are in Detroit. Like I'm telling you that they're around. And he had made a TikTok regarding that, a video reply. And then like a day or so later, he's like, hey, I'm at work right now. He works at Best Buy, and he shows a video of him holding a 3080 Ti that is sitting on the shelf. It was the only one. So apparently, if somebody orders a GPU from the online but doesn't claim it, it goes back on the shelf, and it cannot be sold online because it is a protected item. So it just sits there on the shelf until somebody comes in and says, I want that, and grab it. So he's like, do you want it? And I'm like, a 3080 Ti at MSRP, like original MSRP? Fuck yeah, I want it. So he sent me an invoice through Best Buy's website. I paid it. And then 3 days later, I had a GPU on my doorstep.
Nice, man.
Pretty fucking sweet. So shout out to AK Techie for looking out for me. But it's just like, man, it's crazy that those are the lengths that you have to go through in order to get it. Because like part of that venture is a benefit of being a creator, right? Like if you have somewhat of an audience and they like who you are and they believe in what you do, somebody's going to be willing to like go out of their way to do something nice for you. Like that's just like the relationship of being a creator and having an audience. Not every
So you're basically Asmongold but with graphics cards.
Yeah, absolutely, especially at scale.
Yeah.
Which is not like not everybody can just say, "Hey, TikTok, I want somebody to walk into a store and send me a GPU." So, there's always those little benefits about being a influencer or a creator that I always talk about. Like there's just some things that you can do as a somewhat successful influencer that everyday people just can't make happen. And so I am so fucking humbled and grateful that somebody was willing to do that for me. And it's been fucking
Creator
awesome.
privilege. Yeah. Creator privilege.
Creator privilege. That's actually a perfect thing to call it. Like just chatting streams. If you have 0, 1, 2 viewers, just chatting streams are really, really fucking hard. If you have at least 10 or 15 people and you have a couple chatters who are active, just chatting streams are a breeze. You get your topics from chat, you feed off of them. That's one of those creator privileges, 100%. I'm gonna start using that all the time.
Podcast privilege.
So,
you don't even have to talk to chat. You talk to us.
I've also been playing some retro games and No Man's Sky. That's all for me, guys.
Still playing some No Man's Sky, huh?
They just had a big update, and it's just great, man. It was great. It's such a fun, chill game to play. They updated the space combat too. It feels way more fluid and fun. It's really, really good. Really good.
Do I still?
How about you, Bishy?
Checking if I still own that game. Nope, I refunded it.
I don't know if I refunded it
I haven't been playing No Man's Sky. I think I might have it. Was it on Epic Store at some point for free?
It's been on
Maybe
pretty
I have
much
it on
everything. So
yeah, maybe I have it on there. There's a bunch of games that I have that are for free games on Epic that I just grab whenever they're there. But I don't. Maybe that's not one of them. I've been not playing as much game or as many games as I would like. But I've been looking this weekend into just like finding a new game to play. I fall into these holes and these rabbit holes of like sticking to one game and only playing that. So like being interested in entertaining myself, having fun, and then I end up just playing like Battlefield. I don't do that anymore, but Battlefield's a good example. World of Warcraft is a good example where I just play that one game and try to find happiness in that thing. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can go and like branch out and maybe finish a game that I haven't played or find something new that's like short term. And I played Heavenly Bodies, which is like this space getting over it co-op game, where like you're floating around in space. It's 2-dimensional and you have to like grab onto things. Katie Peters Plays was streaming it, and I played it, and it is so much fucking fun. It is probably one of the most fun games that I've played in the past maybe like 2 or 3 years. And it's just it's kind of like a little flash game, but it's really intuitive, really fun to play. I would honestly love to see you and Jimmy play it together.
Okay.
It would be, and it's a controller game. It doesn't require a ton of like prerequisites, but it's challenging in that you're constantly like rotating in space, right? Like you're kind of like floating around a space station, and you have to use your arms and like reach out and grab surfaces and grab things like cables and use your momentum to like you're basically swimming in space in this game.
What's it called again?
But it's cool. Heavenly Bodies. It's $20 on Steam.
Okay.
If you guys, it would be sick to watch you guys stream that,
Dude.
I would say me, but I'm already a god at it, and I don't
God.
want to like bring you guys down to like a low level and show how much better I am at the game. So
This looks really cool, actually.
Have you played?
it is super fun. Yep.
Where is it? I just got it. Oh, here it is. Vampire Survivors.
Never heard of it.
No.
Dude, get that game. That game is fun as hell, and it is
All right, I'm adding that to
super
my
cheap.
list.
It's only like a couple
Vampire.
bucks on Steam.
Looks an ad.
This looks like over 9,000 zombies, almost exactly like over 9,000 zombies. Which
It is
very,
super
very similar.
fun. It is super fun.
Oh, I've seen some people play this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a game that I
Yeah.
liked. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to dive into. I also have Xbox Game Pass, and I've played like Forza on that and some other games, but really haven't delved into that. So I'm taking the opportunity.
Oh, I
actually,
think No Man's
downloaded
Sky
free.
might be on the Game Pass.
Yeah, there's a bunch of the Game Pass is amazing. I think we bring this up all the
Yeah.
time, but Game Pass has so much value for what it is. Just even like being able to try games out and find something that you like. So here's 3 games that I installed recently. I wanted to play Civ, but I didn't. I don't know, like the art style in Civ.
I couldn't get into the
Civilization.
new Civ.
Yeah,
I
it
love
just-
Civ 5. Civ
Yeah.
6 didn't grab me the same way for whatever reason.
Yeah. So I like Civ, but I like the grand campaign type of games, but I like seeing like the combat take place when it does take place, and I don't know, Civ just isn't there for me. I also like I'm looking for a game that's more like managing relationships with like factions. And I was looking into like what games exist. So there's 3 games that I found that are completely 2 of them are similar, but then the third one is completely different, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I've played it lightly, only like maybe 30 minutes, but it's very weird. Uh-oh, did we crash?
Well, I can still see him just fine.
I can see the stream.
I can see the
stream
stream. I can
hear
see
me?
you. Maybe it's just happening on his end,
Oh.
but it's still broadcasting.
Maybe it's just I can hear voice. There's audio on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good on our end. Maybe he can't see us.
Yeah, he
can
might
hear
not be
you
able
now.
to see us.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we could still hear you the whole time and see you the whole time. That happened.
And I think the stream can also still hear you the entire time, but I
they
lose
can.
you.
Yeah.
It's so weird, dude.
Weird. Maybe it's a peripheral thing. Maybe it's a power to your peripherals. Maybe.
And it's like
Something like
nothing has even changed on my streaming PC other than just software updates. So this was 8:35 p.m. Okay, sorry, keep going. My
good.
apologies.
No, all good. So this game that I found that has extremely high ratings that I was like, I've never seen this, even though it's like right up my alley, having played a ton of RPGs and played tons of Age of Empires and RTS games. It's called Spellforce 3. And what it is it's a crossover between an RPG and an RTS. So you play like an individual player, but then you build cities like in Age of Empires and you create units. And I haven't played a ton of it, but that's like such a weird concept to me that I like have to play it. And it's really high, or it's got a very high rating on Steam. So I'm going to give that a shot. I played it a little bit. It's pretty sweet so far. And then another game is called Crusader Kings, which is kind of like, it's like a grand campaign type of game.
I've heard you talk about
by
that before.
Paradox Interactive. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I need to get into it and give it a shot, but it's one of those games that takes like hundreds of hours to actually get involved in. But you can, it's one of those sandbox games where any decision you make has like negative repercussions if it's a negative thing, or positive if it's positive. So for instance, obviously this is like in the old times, like the times of kings, you can force your children to get married and have kids, and there's like the real world repercussions that would come from that. Like some countries will hate you because of that. You know, you could have like some offspring that end up being very Kekona, you know, potential, never mind. But yeah, it's, I want to give that a shot and put some time into that. And other than that, I've just been playing Valorant when I have the time. And I'm going to get back into Project Zomboid at some point.
Okay.
When I have time to like boot up the server and do all that fun stuff. So yeah.
So I loaded up Steam, and there was something called the remote play together sale going on all the way until March 7th. Heavenly Bodies was on sale for 25% off. And I just bought it, Jimmy. If you ever gonna want to give it a shot.
Let me take a look.
I just bought it like 2 days ago, man. What the fuck, man?
So yeah, it looks like a lot of games on sale right now. Heroes Hour, Overcooked, Ultimate Goose Game, Lego Batman 3. If you're looking, 75% off for Lego Batman, Jimmy. If you ever want to play that with the little guy.
We've played it on console.
Oh, you have?
Together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jackbox Games, The Escapists, Keep Talking Everybody Explodes, Worms WMD, and Golf It. I don't think.
Where are you seeing this? I don't see the sale happening. Oh, it's on the top of the fucking.
Yep.
Oh my god. Never mind.
Another mini golf game on sale for $5.
Purchased.
Running on the Unreal Engine.
Dude, this is amazing. No, this is great. These are the kind of games that I really just enjoyed putting time into. If you haven't played Divinity Original Sin 2 for $18, that is the best RPG I've ever played. And that is like better than Skyrim, better than all of the Elder Scrolls games, all of the Fallout games. Yeah, that is a claim. Single-handedly the best RPG I've ever played. Better than WoW. WoW's a shit RPG, but
I remember CDN the Third was dumping mad hours into this game.
Yeah, it's extremely boring to watch. It's not a great streaming game though. It's so slow. It's very like meticulous with every single. I didn't think that I would be like, I'm a FPS guy. I didn't think I'd be into like turn-based combat. But every single like battle, you have to like think through meticulous actions. Like you have to do multiple layers. It's really good to play with another friend that is willing to put the hours in.
Okay.
But amazing game.
Word. Whoops. I just had a Windows notification go off on the podcast. Sorry about that. I have, of course, been playing a little bit of Call of Duty Cold War. I think I'm getting ready to the point where I want to find a new shooter to play. Weenie, for the first time in the history of video games, expressed interest in Destiny 2 and getting into Destiny 2, which has historically never been a game that she's cared about. The amount of she doesn't even remember not wanting to play the game. She's like, no, I've just always been indifferent about it. So might give that a shot, depending. We had a little bit of a discussion in a Discord about Halo, the new Halo multiplayer, and I don't really want to have a discussion about this, just kind of like a random point. Halo has so many factors in its multiplayer experience outside of being good at pointing and clicking that it makes me, a casual gamer, very, very agitated, trying to get into and learn the maps, learn the different mechanics, learn where guns are at on the maps, how it's very dependent on rolling in 2s or 3s instead of just being able to go out there on your own and fuck people up. Just always trying to get into that game on a multiplayer level is just really, really difficult. And I haven't followed the Halo release too closely, but on the surface, I cannot believe that they released the multiplayer in the state that it's in. After, just like with Cyberpunk and with Halo, it's insane that these companies are waiting years and years and years and years, and they're getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and they release and they are still incomplete after all of this time. It's like, well, you couldn't have just kept pushing? But I know that there's way more factors in it than just that. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to play next. Battlefield is not a game that's going to be popular in our group of friends, unfortunately. I think if I'm going to play that, I'm going to be playing that one on my own, which is okay. I really don't mind it. I don't want to give up on it quite yet. So I played that.
I like how you tried to convince yourself that you really didn't mind it. It's okay. I don't really mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not good, but I like it.
Sounds like someone with an alcohol problem trying to like contextualize it. He's like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not like everything's going to shit. I'm still getting to work on time. People don't hate me.
I remember to shower yesterday.
My friends may have abandoned me, but that's just because they don't want to play it.
They don't want to play the games with me. Weenie and I still need to get back to playing Dying Light 2. I'm excited to give that another shot now with a new GPU. And then we played Golf with Friends, actually 2 nights this weekend, which, again, speaking of a game that's been out for, 7 years and is still kind of a buggy mess with only like 7 or 8 different maps. Like, what the fuck? How do you not have more maps by now? That is absolutely insane.
It's a fun game, though.
The original maps are still there. I think they did end up moving that over to the Unreal Engine, the most recent Unreal Engine. But they do have workshop. Okay, there is workshop maps, so we'll have to maybe give that a shot. But that's been Knacker's gaming experience as of late. But now that I have a GPU sufficient for the year 2022, I got Cyberpunk. I'm going to be starting another Skyrim playthrough, and I'm going to mod the shit out of it to make it beautiful because I never got to officially beat that game. And then we'll see what else I get into. Okie smoky. Moving on to we have a couple of talking points. Is there anything that you guys want to get into first? Jimmy, I see they have a couple things
can we cancel IGN? They gave Battlefield a 7 out of 10. Can we just cancel them and get rid of them? Like, can we just stop opening their fucking articles, people? Like, their shit is so fucking garbage. Their review process is the worst review. And we all know this, too. It's not like this is news. Me seeing that the other day, I was like, oh, my fucking God. And that was at the beginning of the launch.
Right.
They were like, yeah, this is 7 out of 10.
So I agree
fucking shills,
that we should. But, however, how you had not stopped clicking on IGN links before this week, that's on you, man.
Dude, they sneak themselves in there, man. Sons of a gun. Their SEO is unmatched, but their freaking articles are trash.
Pretty goddamn good.
I've actually never read through the actual, I read some of them, but like their rating process is actual garbage. It's the hottest freaking steaming, misty, moist, up your nose, poop particle garbage.
Yeah, poopy pop.
Awful.
Wow. Yeah. No, the only other topics I was going to bring up, I'm not going to turn this into a thing, but it did a really big fundraiser last weekend before last, and it kind of came about out of nowhere because the stupid governor of Texas passed this law, which now has been challenged by the Texas court system, where basically if you're a first reporting agency like doctors and teachers and whatever, and you see that a kid is trans, you're supposed to report them to like Child Protective Services for like abuse. So it really pissed me off because my brother's trans, and obviously I got a lot of friends in the trans community as well. And I got pissed off about it for a day, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and use my platform to maybe do something about it. I set a $500 goal for Point of Pride, which is a great trans organization. Ended up raising over $5,000, and it was just an awesome.
Nice, man.
And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back, but it was just like, I think a lot of people showed up because they realized just how serious this is. I don't know what the deal is with these southern states that are reverting to just like way outdated laws and practices. It's just, it drives me crazy. So it's still obviously an issue. Just because it's gone to court now doesn't mean it's over. But if you're listening to this now, do whatever you can do to support trans youth, especially in the southern states, because they are literally under attack by government. So
it is insane how fucking out of touch you can be as a state.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good for you, Jimmy.
Just as a human being too. Like, it's like, why can't people just let people be? They're having no impact on you or your life. Why can't you just let people live their life? And that's something I will always believe. And then the only other thing too, which one of the results of the fundraiser was I had to shave my mustache, which is why I don't have a mustache. I had a stretch goal of doing a 12-hour stream, and then I had a stretch goal of doing an AMA, and then also my wife would come on for an AMA. So my wife joined me on stream yesterday for the first time since like 2015.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So she sat down and she was really nervous. It was funny. And I was like, babe, you're going to do fine. They'll love you. It's totally fine. And she ended up staying longer than she was even supposed to because she was having a good time. I was like, well, I'll close the questions down because we're nearing the time. She's like, no, I'll still answer some questions. I was like, all right, little streamer. So
was that the longest that you had been on camera since the beer became your face? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the longest I've been, aside from just a few minutes here and there, since switching over. So, but it was like you said, it was literally a just chatting stream for me for 3 hours. So it was like doing an AMA, which I'd never done before, and had a lot of fun. There were some people asking questions of things that were I had to actually think about it a bit. You know, it wasn't just surface level stuff. So it was really fun. I had a great time, and I'll probably try and do something like that again sometime in the future. You know,
Awesome.
And then my only other topic was part of it is because I don't have, for at least one of these games, I have the biggest FOMO right now about Elden Ring because everyone and their mom's playing that game, and everyone is telling me how good it is, and I'm just like, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna stay strong, and I'm gonna wait. But man, do you guys ever get that when a big title releases and you're just like, you really want to play it, but you know you've got other stuff to do and other games you're playing, and it's like you don't want to just drop everything for this new release?
Yes. You're the other one on your list, Horizon Zero West.
Yeah.
Knowing that I can't play that, and I think I touched on this a little bit, and this is influencer gamer privilege, and I understand this, but when you know, like you remember playing video games, maybe when they came out for like the PS2 or for the Xbox, when graphics really started taking the next step from the 32, 64-bit era. And then you're like, oh my God, this game is gorgeous. And just the immersion that the developers created with the graphics just created this just amazing, amazing experience. And so knowing that I have a 3 or 4 year old graphics card, and knowing that I can't play the game how the developers intended for me because my hardware is out of date, I have pushed off playing a lot of titles. And that's not right. I'm sure if I was to ask the developer, like, hey, would you rather me not play your game at all or wait until I have a $2,000 computer in order to play it? But that's just the stance that I take when it comes to playing video games. I want to play it. The quality matters, the experience matters. It's not just about the game story. There's more to it than that for me. So again, Horizon Zero West not being even on the PC platform and knowing that people are playing it, I will not play that game on a controller, especially a fucking PlayStation. I hate PlayStation controllers more than any other controller. I'd rather play an N64 controller. So I'm just gonna have to be patient, like I was with other games as well.
Wow, that's a bold statement, pal.
Yep. Sorry, I'm not a good gamer on a controller, and that is something that takes away from the experience. If I know that I want to make a move or take a shot, but I can't because I'm less accurate with my thumbs than I am with the mouse, that is so frustrating. I hate that feeling.
Wow, I'm the exact opposite. I won't play games if you can only use mouse and keyboard a lot of the time.
Yeah, and that's fair because those are the peripherals that you're comfortable with. You know that you're going to have a good experience because you're comfortable with a
controller. I love using. I'm a controller plebe,
connoisseur.
Yeah, or connoisseur.
Yes, connoisseur.
So, but anyway, that was it. I didn't have a lot of talking. I know you guys have some good ones. Well, by you guys, I mean knackers, because Bishop didn't type anything. But yeah. We got plenty to talk about.
Because last podcast, I did not put a goddamn thing in the script, and you guys filled the void. So everybody gets one of those.
Yeah, it's okay.
Can I go grab a drink really quick before we get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Because I'm going to have to pee at least in 10, 15 minutes.
Ow, fuck.
Jimmy, did you try Project Zomboid?
I did, and I liked it. But I feel like that's a game I need to play with somebody else to get the most out of it. So if you want to consider,
I would love to
playing with.
Yeah, no, I would love to. I think it's one of those games where there's so much to it, where it's like you don't have to know how to do everything. It's kind of like a simulator in the fact that it's like you either know how to survive IRL and you do those things, and those things actually exist within the game, or you just kind of like wing it and see what you can pull off. But it's one of those games where, like, if you're in your mind, you're thinking to yourself, okay, how would I survive in a zombie apocalypse? You can go and do that exact same thing, right? So I like that about it. But there's like a million systems in that game. It's a great game. But yeah,
I played it a little bit,
a friend game.
But it's something that I would also want to be able to play with a friend too, because I've only played a couple hours maybe, and I didn't survive very long. But I'm trying to get used to using the interface. It's not really the perfect. I can play it on controller, but it's definitely not made really for controller play. You know?
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree.
But I do use the controller, but you have to also use the keyboard for some shit too. You know? So it's kind of a little bit of a mix. But that game is fascinating and fun, and it's really can be a really fascinating game to stream. I've watched some streamers play it, and it almost like creates a story for you, because of it.
Yeah.
And it's something that everyone usually enjoys. So there's a lot of good Project Zomboid streams out there for sure. I've watched a few big streamers.
Future Man.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I was booting up a server, but I was looking at like how to like encapsulate all of those stories that happen, because like Zomboid can be a big server where a bunch of people are playing at the same time, and like DayZ, you have like like parallel stories that are happening, and the story ends when the person dies, right? So like their journey, like there's checkpoints that they hit that if you're not there to see it, like if you're not watching a stream or if you're not there playing it with them, you miss that. So I was working on with Firewire. I created a script that like captures all of the moments in the game, like leveling a trade up, getting like X amount of zombie kills, dying as achievements, and then it publishes it to Discord. So I'm working on it right now, but building out like a full Discord that tracks all those moments. So even if you're playing, or if you're playing on the server, you can see everything kind of unfolding, but it doesn't matter if you're playing in parallel to someone else. It's kind of like a companion experience. So everyone's playing together.
That's cool.
Did you see that he works at Elgato now?
Yeah.
Dude,
I've been talking to him a little bit. He's a good guy, man.
It's
I love that guy.
crazy to see him go from just like just a programmer, and then he started working on his stream stuff, and then he started building tools, and then he got a job at Impulse, and now he's at fucking Elgato. Let's go. I fucking love seeing people just rise through the ranks because they're talented. It's so awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm so proud of that kid. He's been the thing with this industry is that it's such a nuance and niche industry that if you care about the stuff that you're making and you put the effort into learning how to make the best stuff, you can go really far. Because all of these companies like Twitch, Elgato, they need people that, first of all, are motivated enough to make really great stuff, but also people that understand the demand of the streamers and the community and are just creating great tools. You know? So I think he's been doing that all along, and that's really cool to see.
Hell yeah. The first thing I want to talk about, and I threw out a tweet a couple hours before the podcast went live, and this was just something that I have thought about for a while. I'm obviously obsessed with TikTok right now, both as a consumer and as a creator. And one of my number one favorite features, and the reason I want to highlight this is because I think it's important for creators, whether you're gaming or podcasting or tech or whatever you're trying to do on TikTok. Something that TikTok does that no other platform does is when you are scrolling through your For You page, TikTok will feed you content from people that follow you that you don't necessarily follow. So you'll just be going through and all of a sudden you'll see somebody, and in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little white tag that says follows you. And at least for me, there's this little like, that's somebody that thinks I'm dope. I wonder if I think they're dope. And then you click on their name and you're like, check out, look at a couple titles. That level of discoverability is unprecedented as far as like social media platform goes. As far as Twitch or YouTube or Twitter, how often are you forcibly, now I say forcibly very loosely, are you shown content from creators who might be like-minded or might be within the same content as you, and not in a self-promotion way, right? Not like a Discord channel where people are just posting their links or somebody's responding to one of your tweets with their channel. It's just like, hey, while you're scrolling through all of this content from people you follow and don't follow, here's a couple things from people that follow you. And I think that is one of the most powerful tools, not only as a creator, but as somebody who might be looking to go out and make friends, or they're trying to find other people who are like-minded, maybe people that are creating content in the same niche as they are. I'm like, I've already found so many awesome people that I resonate with very, very much. And I think that has just been awesome. And I wanted to bring this up to you guys to see if you could think of any other platforms that do something similar that maybe I wasn't thinking about.
No.
Okay.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. I thought so, but I wanted to be sure.
I mean, it's a pretty awesome discoverability tool, and I wish that Twitch would up their game when it comes to discoverability. And I am aware that there's plenty of stuff going on behind the scenes at Twitch, and I'm sure that it's something that the platform is working on. But, man, come on. It's like, that would be such a great thing, to find. Because the recommended, sometimes it works. But I hear more often than not that a lot of the stuff that shows up on recommended is stuff that people don't really care for. Or in some cases, it's channels you already follow. So it's like, why is this on my recommended?
Yeah, that's the question. why? What metrics are being measured in order to push this content to me? Is it because we share community members or people that watch my show also on their show? And I think that's been said somewhere, but so much of how Twitch works is defined by it's in the algorithm with complete baseless claims when topics like this come up. So I don't believe anything that anybody says unless it comes from Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, and Reaper Blog made a good point. The Twitter does something like that, but I hate it too. It's like where somebody likes a tweet and it says it's totally different shit and it shows up in your feed. I'm like, why? I don't care. You know?
Yeah.
Stop
There's
it.
sometimes where it's interesting, but most of the time
it is not. Yes, exactly. Like 9 times out of 10, I don't give a fuck what someone else likes. You know?
Yeah, I think it's the quality of the sharing as well. Like I've seen that as well with TikTok, where they're giving me content that isn't just, relevant, like someone that I have in my contacts or something like that, but also like I've seen some promotions for like someone my other friends follow, like people that I follow. These people, I'll follow them as well. So it's like creating like the link between who I'm following and then who the majority of those people are also following, because by connection, I would also like that. I think the tough thing is creating a system that is not just a total shit show like Twitter. I think Twitter's a shit show. Like there's some people that I follow that or that I have followed that that are community members or people that I enjoy hanging out with or talking to or playing with, that on their off hours after they get off stream or, after they're done watching Twitch and they go and lay down in their bed, they're watching some freaking chick shaking her ass and they're retweeting it and liking it and just like straight up pornography. And it's like, okay, it's cool that you like this shit, right? Like I'm fine with that. It's just weird because it's cross-pollinating. And now I'm scrolling through my feed and I'm seeing like, here's some Twitch news. Here's a new thing from Firewire. Wow, there's a vagina, right? And it's just, and then, or it's like you see this person that you have like respect for and they're like, wow, mommy, that's so hot. And it's just like, oh, it is, God, this is gross, man. Like, like keep that on the, like, keep it somewhere else.
I don't want to see your
thirsty
replies to a comment. I don't want to see any of that shit.
So
I don't want
gross,
to see
man.
that you liked this particular thirst trap or whatever. I don't want to see any of that.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that like Twitch, we avoid that a lot of the times. There's times where like I'll go into a chat every now and then and I'll see someone that I know and I'll be like, okay. And maybe they're saying some like edgy shit or whatever. But yeah, it would be like, I guess the Twitch equivalent would be like, you have someone in your community that's, let's say I'm a female streamer. I'm just creating an environment where this would be weird. But like, say I'm a female streamer and I have a big time person that comes in and donates and subscribes and is a big like member of the community, not only as a member of the community, but like financially supporting me. And then I end up, finding a ASMR streamer that's wearing a bikini, and then he's in there, being like, wow, this is so hot, or like, the shit that people like just get weird with. Yeah. Like they lose their filters as soon as they have any sort of attraction to someone. But I feel like that would be such a weird experience, and I would just be grossed out.
And that, that's a problem that the ASMR community is fighting right now, is because ASMR is not sexual at all, by design or by nature. But
not
now,
not the ASMR streams I'm watching. Hey-o!
Yeah, right, exactly.
Jimmy's sitting here like, man, they're talking
it's
about
me.
It's
not sexual?
And so that now you have all of these sexually charged viewers who are getting that sort of content and now going over to the people that are actually using it for therapy or for experience, sensational, all that stuff. So I totally understand it. Fucking sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, though. I laughed so hard. I saw
TikTok,
that clip that was going around on social media
of
licking the side view of the chick just going right after that.
That was
Knackers can't judge. You cannot judge.
That
Knackers.
was
that is
funny as fuck, though. That made me laugh so hard. I was like, oh shit! If I'd seen that live, I would have died, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just waiting for the comment that said Knackers did it first.
Yeah. Because that's what she was doing. She was deep throating that. But it was those special like ASMR mics that look like ears and shit. Yeah. It was so weird, man. Yeah, like it definitely looked like porn,
what happened?
But it made me laugh because it was a mic.
Scenario.
Yep.
Here's the scenario, okay? She's going around and she's like, oh, you know what? I've heard streaming's a cool thing, just like we all do, right? Like people interested in becoming streamers. They're like, hey, how do I do this? Let me look up some tech videos. Let me look into the tech, okay? She's like, what do I need? What are like the lights that I need? What's the best microphone? Okay, she's scanning through Harris Heller videos, Apox Vox, and then all of a sudden she comes across this guy named Knackers, who's on an upward trend. He's becoming extremely popular. She's like, man, this guy's got a great setup. He's got a great voice. He seems knowledgeable. Why is he so popular? And then she's like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
You
She just
started the
followed your
trend.
lead.
Maybe the problem was
Knackers
Knackers
tech
after all.
influence.
Knackers is the reason the ASMR community is under attack with your deep throating microphone videos. How dare you, sir?
I didn't realize.
She thought it was a technical move.
Right.
That's what this whole thing is.
But it is because I'm testing the preamps of the microphone by doing that. I want to see how deep I can get before the frequencies peak the microphone. It's a technical aspect. I don't know.
Yeah,
why
it looks
everybody
really
gets so turned up.
scientific. Really scientific.
Oh,
No,
man.
that's funny that you went there with that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah,
Next,
that's all I had. Yeah.
Next time, before we get to the artesian, first of all, I hate saying that word out loud. The artesian builds drama.
Poisoned. It's poisoned.
Poison,
now.
yeah, it's a poison word. So this was a topic that I also brought up on TikTok a couple weeks back. The theme was, hey, I was asking questions to other streamers in the community or other content consumers in the community. What are some things that you do that people? What are some things that streamers do? That's a very, very common, popular thing to do as a streamer, but that you cannot stand. Like you go into a stream and it is shown or done. And you're like, oh my God, I fucking hate this so much. Not that it's bad or wrong, but it's just something that doesn't vibe with you. And my response was channel points. Like everybody under the sun uses channel points and they do it well and it's awesome. I can't figure out how to use channel points for my content and I hate thinking of things for it. So therefore I hate them. I don't hate, like when I go in, I'm not like, oh my God, another streamer using channel points. It's more like, God damn it, I can't fucking think of anything for channel points. And it makes me bad. So Jimmy, I know you were personally attacked by that TikTok, judging by your content.
I didn't care. I was just joking. I was not really mad. I found it amusing. Channel points are different. It really just depends on the channel. You do have to put time into them and you got to make them scalable, just like you would anything else. And even I've had to continually adjust them, over time. But you don't have to have fucking channel point redemptions. And honestly, I get annoyed with, some people have asked me like, how come you don't have it like automatically do stuff like change a scene or add like an element to your scene? It's like, I want to take away, because eventually what happens is people just spam shit. I know you can have timers and stuff, but it ends up a lot of times just getting annoying or it breaks up the flow of the stream.
Right.
I've had to raise the cost of my text-to-speech on bits because people would just spam. I appreciated the support, but my stream would get hijacked for like half an hour because people would just keep doing like, they know they could do text-to-speech for like $1 or 100 bits. So then I upped it to $2. Well, then that still got spammed, so I had to up it to $5 because it was like, and eventually I'll probably phase it out, but I'm not upset.
Isn't that crazy to think of that you might have to phase out text-to-speech notifications?
I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, it's like it gets to a point where you get so many, and I guess I probably never even thought I would even be saying that, but yeah, here we are, So yeah, as long as it's scalable, I guess the point I was trying to make, if it can be great if it's scalable and done well, but it can also be super cringe. Some of the channel points, like I hate the stupid like drink water channel point redemption a lot of the time, like hydrate. I'm like, that is the lamest shit. Like, and people will just spam the hydrate and use their points like a dumb, like an ape sitting at their PC. And I'm like,
drown, streamer, drown.
I'm like, this is the dumbest. But I mean, I'm not hating on you if you have a hydrate channel point redemption, but it's like, what value is that really giving? It's just such a cheap interaction. I don't know.
Yep.
Whatever.
Good answer. Good answer. How about you, Bishy?
Yeah, I think related to the channel point thing, I think I definitely agree. I think a lot of people see something exists, like a piece of tech that Twitch added, and they think that they immediately need to start using it, right? Instead of like thoughtfully thinking through why they should do that instead of when. So yeah, you see a lot of gimmicky stuff kind of playing through, and a lot of people end up copying and pasting what they're seeing on other streams, and it doesn't really add to the experience a lot of the time. And like Jimmy mentioned, it takes away from the experience. I've even found, Jimmy, in your stream, when you're doing story games, when I'll resub in the worst times, like on purpose, because it'll pop up with it'll go like Jimmy, 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 or like I'll text to speech spam during like a part where there's text. Well, it's like reading out text, and it completely intrudes on the entire broadcast because Jimmy has to stop and wait. And I do that semi on purpose, but I also think that it's indicative of coming up with systems that work a little bit better. I think that the best streamers are the ones that end up figuring out like the pacing of when to thank subs, right? Because I feel now very strongly about alerts for subs. I don't think that sub alerts should intrude immediately unless you're doing something where you're just interacting with chat immediately and you're willing to let yourself be distracted in that exact moment, because it can completely ruin, like if Jimmy's telling a story and I subscribe right there in the moment, it ruins Jimmy's storytelling. Like it literally interferes completely. And if someone else resubs or gifts a sub, it like you have to like wait for the music. And this is not just Jimmy's stream, I'm just giving that as an example, but you have to wait for the music to play out, then you wait for the TTS to load, you hear the whole thing, and then it's like, 30-40 seconds of intrusion. And I don't know, I definitely agree with that. I think the other thing that drives me absolutely crazy is just like playing into that. I think people think that they need a bunch of stuff in their stream, where like having like a bunch of mechanics that are like transitions or scenes or creative things. Like I know that there's a handful of streamers that are like following in the Dr. Disrespect kind of like process of creating all these crazy scenes that they're using like a bar and obviously I like Jimmy's because I made it and it's a good use case, but like there's a lot of people that do like a bar, a hotel, a casino,
right?
They have like hundreds of these scenes, and it's like they just walk out into the scene, they're like, okay, yeah, we're here in the bar now, okay, and thank you for the sub, and then they walk back into their thing. And it's like there's not like just because you have that thing doesn't make it a better end experience for the viewer, right? They see it one time and they're like, that's kind of cool. Where like Jimmy's is like a more of an environment, right? It's the design is fantastic. Whoever made it was an absolute genius. But yeah, I think that there's a lot of like people there's a lot of streamers that end up just in this loophole of going and continuing to add things instead of finding ways to add to the experience. Use those tools to add to the experience.
Which Jimmy does
find,
well.
Like, the gaps. Jimmy does really well. Yeah.
Well, that's one of my future goals is actually this, when I have some more time off in a few more months from work, I plan on revamping my alerts. I'm planning on revamping like everything, which I haven't done in some time. So it's time. That's the next thing that needs to be updated,
Yep. Yeah, I think the next phase of my alerts is going to be TTS off, and I don't think there's going to be a single resub or donation or a tip rather sound effect that's over a second long. Like they're all just going to be subtle background noises. I still plan on acknowledging them all, but yeah, being somebody who's done just chatting now, when you've got because I've had it where I'm in the middle of something or I'm telling a story and a TTS comes through, I feel like I have to stop what I'm doing to let it play out.
Acknowledge and let it play out, right?
Then you acknowledge it, and then by that time it's like, fuck, what the hell was I saying? Or if I'm in the middle of teaching somebody about something or like any sort of education, and it's weird because you have to get into this rhythm of, all right, well, I'm gonna stop showing as much gratitude because I'm trying to taper this stuff off. And again, like that type of response is counterintuitive to the culture of Twitch. It is the opposite of what Twitch was built on. However, at the same time, maybe that culture is changing a little bit. Maybe a notification or an alert going off every 5 minutes and the streamer reacting to it is not considered the best content. When you think about like Grand Theft Auto 5 RP, right? Like when you're watching really, really good RP, there is nothing worse than constant repetitive alerts with TTS that are constantly breaking up the story, because RP is such an immersive experience to watch. And so again, works for some content, doesn't work for others, but I myself have found that I'm like, I'm ready to just really taper off a lot of notifications and just focus on the show. And I think at a certain point, like you said, Jimmy, when you scaling your alerts, you get to the point where you have to do it, and or else it becomes damaging to the end user experience, which is the most part of the show.
And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not upset at the people that are doing it.
Right.
I'm upset because it's just become so much that it affects the end user experience for everyone else. People are just trying to support the streamer and support myself. I'm not upset with that at all. It's just it has, at the risk of sounding, high and mighty. It's
how hard it is to have so many subscribers.
Yeah, guys, it's so hard. God, it's so hard, you guys. Gosh.
Oh, just getting freaking bombarded by bits and money. Oh, I can't play my game.
I can't even play the game and talk to people anymore. People just keep throwing their dollar bills at the screen. It sucks, man. Yeah.
Speaking to the common man with these experiences.
Creator privilege. Creator privilege.
Yeah.
Oh, my 3080 Ti's. Oh, how am I supposed to play my graphics on Ultimate when I'm getting alerts for money?
Yo, before we hit the artesian, you want to talk about the viewer count thing while I go grab a...
Oh, yeah. I have one more point on that.
Oh, sorry,
you go. Get the hell out of here. No, yeah, you get the hell out of here, man. Get out of here, you freaking privileged, freaking big-time streamer. Oh, he did a freaking middle finger, dude. That's offensive.
I missed it. Didn't count.
Yeah, he doubled two of them.
You can't even hear us. Idiot.
I think that and I run into this a lot, and I have in work a lot just over the companies that I've worked for in the past. I think that a lot of systems and tools get built out of necessity right away. It's like the whole alert system is built out of necessity, right? Showing some donation on the screen to provide incentive for people to donate. And I think those systems are built and then they exist. And I mean, this is like you can get into a really deep conversation of how this exists in the world. But like you have these systems that exist and people don't they add value. Okay. People add value and change up how they use these alerts, like using animated videos, whatever it might be. They get creative with it, but they don't change the process of how that alert happens. Right. Like, I think that this is just indicative of like the system has existed and it hasn't evolved. And I think people haven't put the thought process or effort into fixing that system. Like, creating a queue system, right? When you get an alert, it sets something up where it notifies you that it pops up. It's not intrusive, but then it allows you to continue to your stream and then take a moment to then trigger that alert to play the rest of the way through, right? Like creating like a step system, like the phone rings, it goes, they leave a voice message and then you call them back, right? A sort of process like that. But if like the phone immediately hooks up and you have to answer it right away every single time, you're going to be a fucking miserable son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if that's how our phones worked? Like as soon as you receive the call, it just auto picks up.
It's on. You're just there. You're there.
Oh
it rings
God.
once and it alerts you. Yeah, it would be a total shit show. And I think that's what alerts, technically have been. It's like this thing that immediately happens. And I'm sure that there's queue systems and people have built into that, but the average streamer hasn't. I haven't really seen them deploy that. And even myself, like, I have never done anything like that or put the effort into it because it's very, very complicated and building those things is a pain in the ass. But I think it's indicative of like finding a new process and being creative outside of that alert to provide that additional value that the viewer wants when they want to intrude, right? Because you don't want to remove that element of them getting like a upgraded they're paying for like an upgraded interaction with the streamer. You just want to remove it from being immediately intrusive, right? Because that's taking away from your experience. So find ways to, maybe there's a scene that you switch over to when you after like 10 minutes and you finish your thing, you switch over to that scene and thank the people for their subs if there's a couple of them, or you follow through with, catching up on subs or whatever it might be, which a lot of people do.
Doc was one of the first people I remember doing that, where he would play a battle royale game and then in between the round, turn over, look at the incoming alerts list, read through them. And that worked out really well for him.
Yep. Yeah. So I think it's like indicative of just a requirement to be more creative, right? Like alerts don't have to be immediately intrusive. Like the idea of people subscribing or donating to interfere with what you're doing in that exact moment, that's a fleeting thing, right?
Sure.
Like there's value in that, obviously, and there's proven, plenty of streamers do it, massive streamers do it, but it's also fleeting. And I think that by being a little bit more creative and finding a way to provide an additional level of value through something else, might be better. Like for instance, if you have a TV in the background, you could send the alert to the TV because that wouldn't intrude with the actual broadcast. It would just play through, behind you. think that's a stupid example, but that would be something like that, where you're creating an experience that's not actually immediately interfering with the broadcast.
Right.
And I was thinking about that with raids too, because raids can be extremely intrusive. Obviously, you want to create a this is actually a really good answer to your question of things that I don't like. I don't like when people immediately get raided and then they immediately flip flop from like focusing on their community to like trying to grab everyone's attention as they're coming in, right? It's really difficult to be in that position, because obviously you have to like find the right repertoire and like find the right things to say and like try to get those people as involved as possible so you can retain those people that are a part of that raid. But I feel like there isn't a good formula for how to accept a raid or to welcome everyone in. I feel like there's no like laid out formula. There's a lot of people that do it really well, but I've never seen a video that defines it in a good way, where it's like providing some sort of intrinsic value to connect those communities. Right.
And I'm speaking of videos, when you have streamers that will play a video as soon as they get rid, like, hey, this is everything about me in a minute and a half, completely derails whatever content that you have going on. And again, it's like going over your friend's house and hanging out for like 3 hours. Like, oh man, this is gonna be so great. We're gonna play video games. We're gonna suck each other's dicks. And then all of a sudden, like another friend walks in, but your friend didn't tell you that he invited another friend. You're like, bro, I thought we were gonna suck each other off. And now there's 3 dicks to suck. But yeah, it's kind of like, oh, like you forgot about us. So I totally understand that. You're muted.
It's different for everyone when it comes to subs, raids, and everything. I know some people that do a fantastic job of acknowledging subs and not have, even with their alerts aren't super long and they do different things. The raid thing, I get that can be intrusive, and you've got to find a way to not just focus singularly on the raiding community, but include your own community. I created a cult lair, and that's one of my raid. I have multiple raid scenes, so that's like one of the things that I do to try and keep people guessing what it's going to be. And sometimes I don't go to a specific scene. Like if you're saying if I'm focused on some gameplay or whatever, and it's a raid, I usually will keep playing the game until I get to a stopping point. A lot of the time before I acknowledge a whole lot. But it's one of those things that you only really learn the best practices of what works for you and what doesn't by trying out different things. And I tried out a lot of different things over the years with raids till I figured out what worked for me and the community and could keep things kind of going in the stream,
Yeah, absolutely. Word. Well, thank you both for your honesty on those. Next up on the discussion. So this has been something that has been a question in the streaming community for quite some time. And after long bouts of silence, Twitch has finally come forward and they have cleared the air on what it means to be in the viewer list, as in like showing it as a chat user list or actually counting as a viewer. So this probably last week, there's a gentleman who covers Twitch news. His name is Zach Busey, and I actually don't know. I don't know if it's Busey or Bussy, but I feel like if it's Bussy, I'm insulting him. Straight Bussy.
No, I actually don't know what it is.
I think it's Busey. Awesome dude, does a really great job of reporting shit that's going on Twitch. And he put out a tweet that said, hey, this is a rumor. There is a rumor going around that Twitch is going to stop counting lurkers as a viewer after 15 minutes of inactivity. And then, of course, you got a bunch of these other creators that love feeding the hype beast. They took the tweet, they retweeted it. I can't believe Twitch is about to get rid of lurkers. Lurkers are like the absolute infrastructure of Twitch streaming. And of course, you get all these people that are freaking the fuck out. Even though the tweet that they're quote tweeting literally says this is a rumor and unconfirmed. And then, of course, you get all of those hype beast community members that don't read anything, and they're just like, "Oh my god, I'm a lurker. I'm so fucking." And it just blew up from there.
I saw the thread you're referring to, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, but if you even have half a brain and you're a streamer, you could easily invalidate that with simple analysis of your metrics over one stream.
Right.
You could easily invalidate that. You know? That's just how knee-jerk reaction so much shit that happens on streamer Twitter is. It's just crazy.
Whatever I can get to
interactions. You're trying to get people to interact with your tweet, whether it's bad news or good news, bad. Well, any sort of take you can get people to interact with is what people want to do, even if it's a garbage fucking take. You know,
it's the
Engagement.
uproar.
Engagement.
No, it's like what is it when people
you're swelling everyone. You're getting
angry,
everyone like
they're just angry at something
motivated.
to be angry because of social
Boomers.
media engagement. No,
Zoomers.
There's a special phrase for it.
Getting that
the
ass.
suck.
You guys are making it worse. Outrage.
Outrage.
Outrage entertainment, right?
Okay. I see where you're going with this now.
Thank you, Reaper. Oh my God, my fucking brain. But yeah, so that came out, and then it blew up enough to where Twitch came out and tweeted. Not only did they tweet the corrections, they updated a blog post. You okay there, dude? Are you fucking jerking your nips?
That's my heart.
He's milking.
Oh, you're how pounding.
Beating hard.
Beaten purple. Purple.
All right, go
My
ahead.
God.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, so they updated their document regarding understanding viewer count and users in chat. So I just want to read through really quick their FAQ so that this is all said in plain text for all of you.
Read to me, Daddy.
The one thing I want to highlight is that there is a massive difference between being counted as a viewer and being in the chat. So you know how there's that little button that you can click that shows all the people that are in the chat. It's like the chat list. It lists all the usernames and stuff. Yes, you do. You don't. I'm talking to you two. The ones that.
Wait, are you
I
talking to
thought you
us?
said you were reading directly, so I was just listening.
I thought you were reading, man. I never
both
listened
just
to you,
fuck-
man.
Okay, anyways.
Wait, I was looking for the headline,
Yeah.
man. What is this? I'm
You
outraged,
said
man.
I'm
How are
reading
you?
directly, and I said, "Read to me, Daddy," and then
You're attacking my fucking outrage with your context right now, man.
terrible.
Get rid of this.
Yeah,
Just tell
let's
me the
stop.
headline.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Is it or is it not real?
Anyways, if you pop out chat and then you close the stream, you can still be listed in the chat users list without being counted as a viewer. So there's a big difference there. So really quick, do chatbots count towards viewer count? Chatbots do not count towards your viewer count as they do not view your stream. Instead, chatbots then join your chat and can be viewed in the users in chat list. How often does viewer count update? When users stop watching the live video, it can take up to a few minutes for the viewer count to update. How often does users in chat update? When users close or collapse chat, it can take up to a few minutes for users in chat to update. Will I appear in the users in chat list if I have a chat in pop-out mode or if my mobile app is in chat-only mode? So this is an important distinction. Yes, so as long as you are logged into your Twitch account, users in chat do not count towards your viewer count unless they are watching live video on the same device. Does a muted stream count as a viewer? Yes, whether you mute the video player on Twitch or the browser tab, you still count as a viewer as long as the video is playing. Second to last one. If I have a stream open, playing live video in another tab, do I still count as a viewer? Yes, if the live video is playing, you will count as a viewer, even if the tab is not in focus. What about if the stream is playing in the background on mobile? I don't know if Android does this, but just recently iOS got a picture-in-picture update where you can close out of an app and the video will still play. I'm sure Android does because they get everything like 2 years before iOS does, but yet nobody gives a fuck. What if the stream is playing in the background on mobile? Yes, if live audio is playing or if you have minimized the live stream in the background on mobile, you will be counted as a viewer. So
unless it's audio only. If you switch it on there, they did make a thing, they predicated where if it's audio only, it doesn't count. If it's audio only in chat, I don't think it counts as a viewer.
I did not see that.
I thought I read that. Maybe I'm stupid, but
Well, you better get some fucking proof up in here before you start making claims.
Okay, I'll look. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait, there's an audio player? How do you get just the audio?
You switch it in your settings on mobile, you click the little gear, and if you I think what that does is it closes the video player. So the video player's not going, and so you wouldn't count if you're audio only.
So what you're confirming, Jimmy, is that lurkers don't count.
No.
Definitively.
I'm just saying if you don't have the video player open, it wouldn't necessarily count as a view, I think. I think I read that.
You heard it here first. Lurkers do not count in your chat.
Lurkers are no longer allowed on Twitch whatsoever.
I thought that's what I read from the fucking press release. Am I insane? Maybe I'm insane. I don't know.
I think you're insane. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm spreading fake news. My bad. I'm sorry.
That's interesting. That's
so
interesting.
it says, what if the
I
stream is
actually don't know.
playing in the background on mobile? The last point, which I assume is audio only. If the live audio is playing or you haven't minimized the live stream in the background on mobile, you will be counted as a viewer.
Okay, so I read it wrong.
So all lurkers are banned off of Twitch.
I
is what
read
you're
it wrong.
confirming.
That last part.
Oh, got it.
It's okay. This is why.
No, you were right, though. No,
Misinformation
you're
is
actually right,
spread
Jimmy.
like wildfire, Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah. But you're actually right. They tied that piece into another bullet point. The bullet point of just the audio is playing, which is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Would be ultimately still count as a viewer.
Okay,
So they,
okay.
Yeah. So you're not crazy.
Okay, I read it. I just misread it. I misread it. Is what I did.
And just to clarify for everyone in chat, lurkers are banned. Do not ever lurk in a chat because they do not exist. Lurkers are like the what's that big bear-looking guy that walks around? Bigfoot.
This is totally unrelated
like
to this,
Bigfoot.
except that it's a lurker story, but I want to share it because it's kind of heartwarming. I had a person, this was like a couple weeks ago, show up in my stream, and it said first time chatter, right? Because they have that new Twitch thing.
Okay, quit bragging about your viewer, man. Like, you have a viewer. We get it, okay? We're struggling streamers. Okay?
Anyway, so they said first time chatter, and they made some reference that I was like, that's odd. Like, that they would know that. And then I clicked their name, and it was, they had been following the channel for like over a year and had never said anything in the channel till just then.
Whoa.
But it had just been in the background lurking and watching and never actually had interacted until just like over a year later. So you never know
Who is a
who's
streamer
there.
you watch that you've never chatted in their chat?
I don't know any.
I don't think I know any either.
There's a few that I've like DS Koopa, where not that I've never chatted, but like I've very rarely ever
You
chatted.
know what?
I watch him.
I do have one. He's
Amaranth.
besides Amaranth. I send her messages on a different platform. No. Oh, why did it get blurry? Okay. No,
I do have one.
Arcus in retro. Arcus A17 or whatever. He's like a retro. He's got like world record speed running and Ninja Gaiden and shit like that. He's amazing. But I just have his stream on mainly. I don't care about the chat and community. I just like to watch him do his speedrun shit. So I don't even have chat on. I don't ever chat. I just like listen to him click the buttons and make. He's kind of like a Bob Ross of retro in a way. Arcus. Yeah, it's kind of almost like a retro ASMR type of situation he's got.
My streamer is Aris, avoiding the puddle. Somebody that I love watching, who's never on when I'm ready to watch Twitch. I've never typed in his chat, but he's fucking awesome. I've been watching him for a long time.
Okay, there you go.
Jimmy's chat.
What?
That is, I definitely have talked in Jimmy's chat before.
But I think IRL streamers, I'm happy to like sit there and watch them do their thing, but I don't think I ever tried to chat with them. Same thing with GTA RP streamers. Like, there's a handful of them that I've watched from time to time, and I never say anything. But yeah, that's a really weird like prospect. Someone's been watching you for a year and they've never communicated.
Last summer, I was at Weenie and Knacker's place, and it was right shortly after they had opened that new category Twitch had of the hot tubs, pools, and beaches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I was in there and just I wasn't being like sexist or mean or anything, but just saying the randomest shit in the chat. Like, do you like squirrels? And it's like seeing who would interact and shit, and someone would run with it. And it was hilarious, you know?
Do you remember
how we started?
Do you remember the girl who was doing the singing, but in the shower? Like, she set up her computer and mic in the shower
yeah,
so that she could be in bathing suit and attire, but also do singing streams. I'm like, 200 IQ shit right there.
Yo, but she was making some money, man. She was pulling in some bucks. So
nothing but respect. Okay, that topic is fucking completed. Oh baby, artisan builds. This is going to be a highlight of 2022. Like, when we go back and Twitch does its rewind and we look back at all of the lovely things that have happened, and yes, I consider this a lovely thing because a company got their shit put. No, okay, I take that back.
Can you just show the clip? It's shared all over. It's not going to get you DMCA. There's no music or anything. You have to.
I don't have a way of sharing it right now because of my new operating system.
You sack of shit.
Sorry. One of the things I got to do once we do the podcast graphical revamp is have a desktop capture scene.
Okay. I didn't know that you didn't have that set up.
I did 2 weeks ago, but now it's gone. Oh. So real quick, too long didn't read on this company. So this company, Artesian Builds, is a PC building a company that builds computers for gamers and content creators. They partner with gamers and content creators, and they also just sell computers to the general public. They had this program where if you were an ambassador, so if you were an ambassador, meaning that you were kind of partnered with the company, where you had an affiliate link in your Twitch bio or in your panels, and maybe somebody got something % off, you had to advertise for free this company. Terrible business practices. If you were an ambassador, every single month they would do a PC giveaway where they would build a PC live on stream. They would draw out of a hat all of the names of their ambassadors and then give it away. Well, more than once, this gentleman, whose name is Noah, would go through the analytics of these people who were in the drawing and then berate them live on this stream for not having enough engagement. Going over how many social media followers they had, how little amount of clicks their ambassador links got, and then actually skipped over them with the giveaway. Actually re-rolled and chose other people. Live. Did this all live. It is such a terrible fucking watch. Way past that, since that has happened, so much shit has come out. They have been avoiding taxes in California and have gotten their business suspended in that state for avoiding taxes. There are messages leaked between him and other employees that are just fucking god awful. They're terrible business partner practices where they would take streamers who would have 3,000 concurrent viewers, partner with them, not even pay them or give them any hardware for free, but expect like daily, like every stream, for you to advertise for their product, to put banners in on the screen and underneath your panels. Just terrible shit. If you want a good summary of all of the dumb shit that has happened after the fact, check out Christopher Yee's YouTube channel. He's got like a 20-minute video on this whole thing.
Drop a link.
I can do that. Yeah. So just absolutely terrible. And if you guys have any highlights of the story that you want to cover, please do. The main reason that I wanted to bring this up was to highlight why these ambassadorships and affiliate programs with these companies are dog shit. Mm-hmm. So before I get into that, I'll let you guys go while Bishop builds.
Bish, you go first.
No, it was a pyramid, because it's a pyramid scheme. Yep. It's just fucking, oh my god, I don't know where to start on this. I'm gonna pick something and just be really specific with just that stuff. Obviously we've all seen, or hopefully we've all seen, or some of us, hopefully we've seen it, because who gives a shit at the end of the day, as long as these people don't get the eyeballs. That's probably the best thing. But we have seen what that was said, and that's like reprehensible. The guy's a fucking tool bag. But at the end of the day, I think these whole, I'm looking on their ambassador program right now. Here's the requirements to become an ambassador. You have to meet at least one of the following qualifications. And this is what they were going through. They were basically hitting the bullet points to see if this person had been able to hit this. You have at least 12 concurrent viewers consistently, according to Twitch Tracker. You have at least 6 concurrent viewers and 40 monthly hours consistently streamed, according to Twitch Tracker. A Facebook stream link with at least 1,000 people following that channel. A YouTube channel with at least 1,500 subscribers. You have at least 50,000 TikTok subscribers, which I would arguably say that's more valuable than 1,500 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have at least 1,000 Theta followers. Never heard of it. You have at least 1,000 Trovo followers. Heard of it, but don't know what it is. Okay. So I'm going to focus on the ambassador program in general. There should not be a program that exists that allows people to join in without hitting some sort of quota in the first place. If you're a company that does that sort of blanket application where you just allow people to come in and promote your product or your program or your company, you're probably a shit company, right? In my opinion, if you're not providing any sort of value to them or giving them anything, it basically the program here is basically you promote our company, and if you can generate sales for us, then you get some sort of payment out of that, right? Like where you get a bonus or a benefit or product or something like that out of that. Like you're basically working up the pyramid to be able to get at the end of the day probably a PC. I bet you the motivation for a lot of these people is to get their own custom PC.
Yep.
The carrot at the end of the stick that no one ever gets. Remember Vema, where everyone was like, hey, I'm going to have a BMW.
Vema. Yeah.
Vema. Yep. Everyone's going to have a BMW. Pretty sure a lot of those people don't have BMWs. This is the same thing. The BMW is just a PC. The model here just makes absolutely no sense. And if you find yourself getting into a thing where you're promoting another company without pay, first of all, it makes you look less valuable overall as far as like other companies are concerned, right? If you're willing to give out your value for free without any sort of exchange, you're basically putting your time in towards, a carrot that is unobtainium at the end of the day. You're basically predicating your growth and your community on whether or not you're getting paid, right? So like you have to grow in order to get some sort of interest from this company. At the very beginning of this whole program in general, there should be these barriers that already exist. So they're not willfully accepting people that they know are never going to make it, right? Or that that aren't providing some sort of value. The fact that they're doing that tells me that the company is dodgy.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I think that that's shitty. I understand what he was saying from the perspective of the company, right? They don't get any benefit from someone that's not streaming, right? There's nothing for them to gain there. There's nothing for them to gain if the person doesn't have a community, but that person should never have been accepted into a position where they were vulnerable. And they shouldn't be in a position where they're providing value, whether it's to one stream or one viewer or 10 viewers over however much time, they're providing value back to Artisan without any sort of benefit to that.
Right.
The whole system's fucked up. I also look at a lot of these companies, and just in general, these computer building companies that are building these custom builds. What are they? What do they do? They are a service company where they aggregate a bunch of parts and they put it together and they ship it to you. That's all that they are.
Yep.
There's nothing artistic about this. There's nothing creative about this. They're taking other people's work and putting it into a case and displaying it and selling it to you. They are selling a service. They're not the hardware manufacturer. They might have like a few customizations in cases and stuff like that they do. But in general, the business of building custom builds is to service people that are unwilling to do it themselves or might not have the time. But it is ultimately a valueless business as far as like a creator standpoint is concerned. That's my personal opinion. I think it's extremely valueless. I think that building a computer is ultimately not that complicated. And we've seen in the past, however many years, that a lot of these companies like Artesian and the other custom builders, nothing against you guys can run any business you want. But you see a lot of those people being able to get a lot of hardware like graphics cards, and it has amplified their business over the past 5 years, right? Because they've had the stock, people haven't been able to build their own custom PCs. It's a lot easier to go to one of these people.
Right.
And I think that the scummy business practice that is also reflected in how this guy's communicating.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Like the fact that became normalized for not only within his company, but we see this all over, especially with like supplement companies in the health industry. And then we have like the caffeine, sugar-free drinks in the streamer space, with clothing. I remember the clothing boom, with MeUndies and Into the AM with streamers. It was, put an affiliate link. Anytime I see a tweet that says, hey, I'm officially sponsored with this company, use code my username. It's like, oh, okay, so it's not a partnership at all. And it's like, okay, you maybe got some product, but that product was an advertisement as well on top of that. So it always makes me a little bit sad to see those. And hopefully some people that I see are getting the bag. I don't want to shame anybody for wanting to start dealing with a business in order to bring in some additional revenue. But yeah, the fact that we have normalized these ambassador programs or these affiliate chips with, I've been a part of them. I was huge into the AM. I'm trying to think of the other companies that I've done affiliate codes with, but I've done it. But it's crazy to me that here in 2022, it's still normalized. Like it's still a very, very normal thing all over the place that we haven't been able to shake quite yet.
Well, it's like it just sucks because it's like you can't. There shouldn't be anything that you're a part of where they're not giving some value, right? Like when you're streaming on Twitch, right? When you're building an audience on Twitch and you obtain subscribers, there's a 50-50 split, right? but you're getting a platform that you can deliver your content to.
Mm-hmm.
With this sort of ambassador program, what are they giving you? There's like what is there? There's no outline of that. There's no product. Their product isn't even a chance at a PC or what. And I'll go through this and clarify if I need to. But like,
well, that was part of their. I'm sorry, that's part of their market strategy was to just throw out 1 million of these invitations as long as you met a threshold of like basically being a Twitch affiliate, and see how many they could get in that would accept these terms, because most streamers, especially when you're just starting out, you're just excited that, oh my gosh, there's a company that you'd have to have been around a while to realize this is just a copy paste type of fucking email, because I've seen the exact same email they sent out to different creators, and all they did was change the name of the streamer and the game they were playing. It's literally a copy paste email that they would send to streamers to get them in part of their affiliate program or whatever they were calling it.
This is no different than absolutely no different than the esports organizations that were popping up.
Yeah.
Like back in PUBG days and right before Fortnite and during Fortnite, that they were providing absolutely zero value to any of those creators. They were forcing them into these deals where they had to promote products that they weren't even using for the hopes of receiving discounts or that product. And I understand that there's something to be gained there. And some of them, like that I know of, they had like actual benchmarks that you could reach of products that you could receive if you got to that point. And sure, like you're electing to get into that position as the creator, so I understand that.
Stream teams.
But I think stream teams. The stream teams are a good example. They can be very similar. But I think that like as a streamer myself, like, and I have a ton of experience just managing athletes and managing different levels of creators or whatever it might be that are working with sponsors. But anytime that there's a system that requires you to do the work up front, and your success is predicated, or like the success that you achieve is a piece of like your, like you do the work for free, and ultimately how much success you receive from the work that you're doing dictates how much or what the company's interest is going to be in you. Anytime that there's a situation like that, you have twice as much. The company is literally doing nothing. They're giving you like some value back. In this case, like what does this company do? They literally take parts that they're buying from other companies, right? They're buying wholesale, putting them together and shipping that out to you. They're a assembly and shipping company. That is a task literally anyone could do.
Right.
The only value I see with any of these PC builders, and like I'm saying something that's a strong opinion. I know that you have a lot of followers that are PC building companies. I understand that they're in a great bit. They're good people. They're not like a majority of them are good people. The only value I see in a company like this is if you don't have time to build your PC, if you're not willing to go through the effort of learning, because the time that's required for that, maybe you don't have a technical background or whatever. PC building is not that complicated, or you need to build PCs at scale and you don't want to buy wholesale from someone like, Alienware, like you want something a little bit more custom. That's where the value exists.
Right.
Here.
I bet you my next PC is going to be a pre-built, not because I don't know how to build a PC, but
because you can't build one yourself, because you can't get parts, because all these companies have them and they're selling them at a markup.
It's going to be a lot easier for me to just buy a PC outright,
Yeah, because you can't get the fucking parts. It takes a year.
And then later I can customize what I need to change, but I don't want to have to piecemeal my next PC together.
It's so annoying, man.
Because I just missed it when I made this PC, but this PC now is going to be 4 years old in next year. I built it in April of 2018. The only thing I've upgraded is the capture card. I went from a 1080 to a 4K cap card. And I upgraded the video card from a 1080 to a 3070. That's it. Everything else is the same shit that I bought back in 2018. And it's still great, but I know I'm probably starting to look at, okay, I'm probably going to need to upgrade in the next year or two, And more than likely, I'm going to have to buy a pre-built. So
yeah. I'll tell you what, I was starting to get to the point where, because none of my streaming was focusing on tech, it was all just, on gaming. I was getting to the point where I'm like, I'm probably not even going to build my next PC myself. I'm just going to buy it. I wasn't really caring about the customization aspect of it. But now that I bought a new power supply and a new GPU, now I keep looking at it going like, what else can I tinker with? What else can I custom?
Yeah,
I'm starting to get that itch a little bit more, and now I'm looking at, I want to vertically mount the GPU. I want to get a riser cable and get some other PSU cables and stuff. So it's cool because that's something that I've been, what the fuck? There's a massive mole hair popping out of one of my moles on my arm. Did you guys ever get those? Super long, curly. Oh my fuck.
No.
But yeah, it's cool to get back into like wanting to customize shit again. And I remember actually what kind of started at Bishop was you talking about your water cooled build, maybe like I don't know, like a year ago when you showed me it. I'm like, oh man, I've never done custom water loop cooling. I've always just done the AIOs, and I'm like, now that
it's
my
really
stream...
cool. Don't do it though. Don't do it.
Why?
That's coming from I have 3 PCs that are next to me that have been water cooled custom loops. Do not do it. It's the risk of you bleeding water onto your GPU and then not being able to get another one for a year is not worth it right now.
That's true.
I would say even if like you had the funds to be able to go and buy a new graphics card, it just like performance wise where you live, it's cold there. Like I lived in Arizona where it was hot all the time, but all that it is it's displacing the heat that is in your, like it's displacing the radiator from like your air cooled system to on the front of the case, blowing back into the case. So unless like your
AIO that you got on your new graphics card looks pretty solid, dude. I think you're gonna be all right. The heat sinks on that thing are massive.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking for the graphics card, just for the CPU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it is very fun. It's like a creative, like it's you creating something that's really cool.
Yes.
I understand it. I think that if it was 2 years ago, I'd be like, go for it. But the fact that you can't get a replacement if you drip water on your case, if one of those fittings is fucked up, there's a high amount of risk. And if you watch anyone that does water cooling, like Jay's 2 Cents or anybody like that, you'll find that there are many examples of them making a small mistake and then they have a leak, right? I can't tell you how many days that I sat and played like a game that was hot, like high intensity where shit was getting hot, and I was looking at my PC like, let's just check the water levels. Let's just make sure everything's good here. You know what? Just making sure.
When it's funny is the past couple days I've been posting TikToks about the new PC and the upgrades, and the amount of people that are like, why don't you have water cooling? Why don't you have an AIO? Not really knowing that there are still air cool. Like they don't realize that the fans that cool the radiator is the same idea of the fans that cool the heat pipes and the radiators that is on the air cooling. Like they're not that much different. One just performs a lot better because it conducts heat better. But like, it has to. You have to have AIO. Like you're gonna bottleneck your performance if you have air cooling. When this massive balls.
You're just displacing heat, man.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's just displacing where you're cooling the heat down. Yeah. But I would even argue that you have more fins on that massive fucking dude. That thing's huge.
My temps like the size are amazing. And again, you got the people who are like, you can't have it vertically mounted. You have to have it horizontal so the fans are going towards. It's like, no. I know you guys watched like fucking Linus one time and you think that you have like case cooling completely locked down, but that's one of the most annoying parts about social media is as soon as you start posting about things that you do, they can't fucking fathom that maybe the case that you have or the environment that you have or the fans that you have don't perform optimally for every single situation. Like, no, Linus said that the pump has to go above the radiator. You're going to get air bubbles.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck.
Yeah, you don't want me to install freaking water cooling. I was installing my damn fans backwards on my last PC build, and
you like, realize how much did you do that? Do you realize like over the span of the 6 years?
Because I was posting pictures as I was like doing it. I was like, man, I finally got these fans in, but they were a bitch to fucking get it. And Nagas is like,
so before,
dude, they're backwards. How did you even screw them in? I'm like, oh, maybe that's why it was so hard.
So before we go on to Jimmy's take, because I know that I want to give him a chance. I want to clarify too. I don't want gaming PC or like performance gaming or having custom PCs or having like these really high quality pieces of equipment. I don't want to gatekeep that to requiring people to have to build their own, right? Because I know that is challenging, and it's like from the distance, the first time that I built my PC, I was scared. I was like, holy fuck, because there's so much fear mongering around like you rubbing a carpet and you could kill everything, which is like proven to be very rare that ever happens. Obviously be safe, but it's not as intense as they make it out to be. It's also like there's a lot to it. There's a lot of like little nuances. If you it might not just come down to you being lazy or not having the time to learn, or not wanting to learn, or not being capable of learning, potentially. But like, I want people to have the capacity to get hardware. I don't want it to always be gatekept behind the doors of people that are skinning the exact same product with their bullshit, providing no additional value, just a service, and labeling it as their product, because at the end of the day, it's not. There's plenty of like, cyber power has existed. Obviously, they've had some stuff happen in the past, but at least they're making their own cases now, right? Like, they're providing some sort of value. NZXT provides some sort of value because they create things that are custom to that build. There is no additional value to be added when someone is just providing you the exact same product, and the reason that you're going to them is because they're gatekeeping the hardware, and they're the only people that can get it.
Sure.
That's what pisses me off.
Sure.
I hate that.
Oh, my only comment about Artesian, although I went and just checked their Twitter, and apparently they have deleted all those dudes' apologies and shit.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
And the most recent tweet from yesterday is just a quote. At this point, we are examining a potential employee-led buyout of the company. Thank you for your support. I don't even know.
Why was it in quotes?
I have no idea.
I was just about to ask that.
I have no idea. It's so dumb. It sounds like Star-Lord's at it again. He deleted it all, and then he just put it at quotes and figured, okay, so I got the only thing that I want to say about this is, first of all, the guy running it deserves to be canceled. His company deserves to be fucking destroyed which I don't know how many employees he has. The way he made it, he probably has some, but for the most part, it's a pretty small business. And obviously, it probably sounds like he wasn't a very good boss, the type of person to gaslight people. But the apology video that he made, which is since deleted from the Twitter, but the internet never forgets. You could easily, it's on YouTube. You're gonna people. All you gotta do is look at the latest tweet. Just go down. You can find the links to.
Someone will respond to it. Yeah. Someone will have a picture of it.
Exactly, and he will never live that down. Nor does he deserve to. If he's gonna, he needs to be gone. If Artesian Builds still exists after this, that dude needs to be gone forever.
Yep.
And hopefully he learns something and he can start over doing something else and not be a total fucking dickhead. But what I wanted to bring attention to, and it sucks that you can't show it because you got to look it up. Watch the apology video this guy made. And somewhere about a little over maybe a minute into the video, he does this. He says, basically, we're changing the rules of our affiliate giveaways back the way they used to be. It's just a BS cover your ass excuse. But right before he says that, he looks down and he has this big fucking sigh, like, and we're changing the affiliate rules back. Like, he's in so much pain saying it. He doesn't want to do it. It's an example in one of the worst and cringiest non-authentic apologies I've seen in my entire life. And it is worth watching just to see the train wreck that is this guy.
Yeah.
We watched it on my stream, like, just the sigh. Like, I kept playing that fucking sigh, like, over and over because it was just so cringe, man.
Yeah.
Gah.
I always I struggle with situations like this because I don't want this man's mental or physical health to suffer because of this, right? Like, we can want him out of the space, but I don't want the man to suffer mentally or physically. He can suffer emotionally. I don't give a shit. But don't want his health to be damaged. B, I don't want all of the people that work underneath him to be without jobs. People that have put their names behind that name and attach themselves to that name. People that have supported creators and done a great fucking job doing so are now going to get dragged through the mud. The name Artesian Builds is now forever stained. And if you are somebody who's working, even if you don't lose your job, who's going to want to work with you, right? Like, maybe the amount of work trickles down after a certain amount of time and you get laid off anyways because it's just not coming through. Yeah. I don't want to see that happen either. I do want to see him.
Well, they
gone.
have at least 6 months of back orders, so they'll be fine for 6 months.
Do they really?
That's what I read in the Twitter. Tweeters don't lie. It was from Power GPU.
I think they might have been dunking on him a little bit there.
Right. I think that would have been dunking a little bit. And again, dunk away. And it again, speaking of dunking, where is I always struggle with the line between showing support for the people that have been wronged by this person and dogpiling on the person. Because what if this guy goes and commits suicide because of how much he has taken? That would be fucking terrible. Nobody should die for this. So it's like, I do want to shit on you because you do deserve to drink a little bit of a shit milkshake for how you treat people.
There's nothing wrong with public shaming. He deserves it. That said, no one's wishing him ill will in the sense of physical bodily harm.
Oh, somebody definitely is. This is the internet.
Well, I'm saying most people. We are not. I think he's a shit turd of a human. Hopefully, this is something that can sometimes people get in their life and they get called out for being a shitbird, and they become less shitbirdy. At least that's my experience as a teacher. That's one of my most effective tools in the classroom. If I got a kid that's being a shit turd, I don't try and yell and scream. I try and find words that are going to shame them and make them feel ashamed in front of their classmates for acting the way they're acting. So you use shame to it's a powerful tool to modify behavior, because just sheer aggression often doesn't do it, but shame is a powerful tool to change someone. So hopefully this event will have shamed this guy enough to where he realizes, wow, I'm really a fucking shitty boss. This was a shitty plan from the get-go. Maybe I need to reevaluate my life and figure this out. That would be the best case solution, you would think.
I think the people that are upset are also potentially misdirecting this why they're upset towards artesian builds. Yes, all this stuff happened, and then there's the response to it.
Right.
But I think my immediate reaction, if I take a second and think why I'm upset, I think, or not, why I was immediately had a negative feeling towards it and upset. I was emotional. But I think what it is this connection to and this representation of this really toxic ideology around streaming, which is that your success is predicated on how many viewers you have, how many impressions you have. And if you're not getting those impressions or those numbers, then that means that you're bad at your task, or you're bad at streaming, or you're bad at creating content, which is creating content's not pre Fortnite and pre Ninja blowing up on every article. Streaming wasn't about becoming the biggest streamer and making the most money. That's not what Twitch was about, right? There's a lot of people that funneled into Twitch to, because they saw this prospect of having an opportunity to make money, but it's about the communities, right? If you're responding, or it's about the people, the stories they're telling, the content they're creating, and the communities that they create over time. There's no streamer that should sit there and feel bad for the number of people that are watching them. We all know from the perspective of being small streamers, right? Jimmy's a massive raging success now. But we were all small streamers that had 1-2 viewers at some point, or 0 viewers, or it was just one person supporting us. It was just sitting us, me playing PUBG with a circular webcam frame, and a drippy banana was my icon that I was using back in the day. But I remember how shitty it felt. I felt coming from Instagram, where your impressions were everything, right? How many people are paying attention to you was everything. And Twitch was an island where I could exist and do what I want to do and enjoy the things that I genuinely enjoy doing, which is playing games, without the pressure of needing to be someone bigger or something bigger or having to succeed in something. I was just doing what I enjoyed. And I think that we all or at least my immediate impression was that I hate that. I hate that that's the story, and that this person has to feel bad because that they're in that position. And any system that exists where it's predicated on your success is just especially in a public sense like that, where you're reviewing them. And I've seen a lot of streamers do this recently, where they'll start trying to do a segment of their thing where they review other people's streams, and it's that shit is so cheap and disgusting and lame. And it really just puts everyone in a mindset that is just so gross and pathetic. And it's not what Twitch is about. It's not what gaming's about. It's not what the community's about. Gaming's not about how good you are at a game. Obviously there's subsets of gaming that you need to be good at a game and you're rewarded for that. But how many great streamers, how many of the top 10 streamers on Twitch are professional gamers, and that their performance in games matters? It's very few.
Yeah.
It's very few. Maybe they started out that way, but like look at Shroud. Shroud, he's an entertainer now more than he is someone that's like a literal god at games, even though he's still a literal god at games. So I think people need to remember that. And maybe that's part of this is like we're shitting on him, but it's not him that, is at fault. It's like, and yes, he's responsible for what he said and how he's reacted and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's indicative of this environment of you have to succeed to be relevant. And you have to succeed to be a good streamer or to be someone that's worth the time to pay attention to.
Sure.
And that's just not the case. And I think that's what my feeling was immediately, was just like this, just like that. People voicing that and a company voicing that, like fuck you, like fuck that, fuck that whole ideology.
These are
It's
things that
shit.
are said behind closed doors, but not in the public space. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know that people say these things behind closed doors, and that's their belief system. But the fact that he basically said the quiet part out loud on a YouTube or a live Twitch stream, and then just kept doubling down, I was like, this guy is a fucking idiot. He's just not very smart. And hopefully this is gonna knock. Yeah, hopefully this knocks him. And it does have a little bit of a happy ending because the streamer that didn't get the giveaway, which in full disclosure, the company afterwards, when they realized what a big mistake they made, they did offer to still give. Artesian Builds did offer to give the computer. She denied it, which good on her for saying fuck you. I would have done the same.
Yep.
And there was another streamer, I think, that gave her, or a YouTuber or streamer that gave her a PC, a custom PC, and she got picked up by who was it?
Cooler Master
for a sponsorship for 1 year, which is also awesome. So it did have and her Twitter account blew up from like 100 something followers to thousands.
Yeah,
like overnight.
10,000 followers on Twitter now, I believe.
And tons, and a bunch. The streamer community came in and did a lot for her, rated her, and showered her with all kinds of subs and gifted subs, and just basically just said, "Hey, it ain't gonna be like this." So there is, even though it's the whole situation sucked, at the end of the day, for the streamer, that individual,
she's being championed by the
she's
people.
getting championed, exactly, and that was cool to see. That was cool to see.
Absolutely.
Yep. I had one other point and I completely forgot it because Jimmy had such a good point.
Damn it, Jimballs.
I'm sorry.
Fucking Jimmy, man.
Well,
Son of a bitch.
on that note, let's do a couple Q&As and then we'll close this bitch up.
Yep.
Cool.
First question from Tom Chambers. Will you be playing Among Us VR?
I don't play Among Us at all. It's not the type of game I want to play because it's like,
You guys are pussies, man.
no,
You're
dude,
afraid to
Among Us,
die.
it's not my type. I don't like the gameplay. We've had
Yeah.
this discussion before. Like, Among Us is all about lying and whatever, and I'm not trying to do that in a multiplayer game. I'm trying to work together, or I'm going directly against you. I don't want this ambiguous
uniquism at its finest.
lying and whatever.
Deceiving.
I get why people like it. I'm not shitting. If you like the game, great. It's not for me. So, and I can't play VR anyway because I get sick. So,
I'm the same thing. I don't want a game where the premise is to like lie and swindle and do whatever it takes to get what you want and yell and scream at each other. I'm sure it's fun, and I guarantee that I'm missing out on great experiences, but the game just does not interest me at all. I have 4 to 8 hours of gaming a week. That's not the type of game that
I'm
I
not
want
gonna
to
play
spend
it
my
either.
time on.
I'm gonna watch people play it though. I think that'd be really interesting content.
I'd rather die.
I've watched some, and I don't really understand what's going on a whole lot of the time, so I'm just like, whatever.
Awesome premise for a game. I mean, I've played games like it where it's
Gary's
be
mod.
sneaky. Yeah, it's a Gary's mod, the ship, Trouble in Terrorist Town, Trouble in Terrorist Town. There's a lot like it, but I just not my thing.
Yeah. Hey, can I go back to the Artesian Builds thing real quick?
No.
Yes.
This is I remember my thought. No, okay.
I'm
never
just
mind.
kidding. Go ahead.
I think that we talked about this on the last podcast about Twitch came out and they're doing this new program where they're pulling in partners, and Jimmy was a part of like this small group of people that they're piloting this, where they're helping them develop their skills, right?
I go to another one in another week.
Nice. So I think this whole thing is indicative as well. The whole Artesian Builds thing, right? Like if I see this all over the Twitch space, and I've seen it other places, but Twitch, the live streaming space, and Twitch obviously coincides with that. But in the live streaming space, I think we are one of the worst industries when it comes to valuable sponsorships, as far as the end experience and how it actually impacts the community and the streamer. I think that the companies, Elgato, Beacon, whoever it is, any of these companies that are selling products to streamers should take the opportunity or take the stance of giving your products to people that they can genuinely help, right? I know that they're already doing that, but also taking the time to explain how that can help the streamer and providing value to help the streamer up their game, right? Because the best stories and all this whole thing are people that have been running into problems or tech issues or limitations, and eventually a product frees them of that limitation, right? And I think that by educating and spending time, not to just throw products into a camera frame or throw products so then they're in a in the view of this audience, but help the streamer actually better their end experience with your products and educate them on how to use them properly, like ways that that they could be beneficial, not just throwing the product and the money at people. I think that would be way more valuable, because I've seen so many streamers that I know, streamers that I've worked with, they accept these sponsorships and the story is completely lost. They just get hardware. They get pieces of product, and they don't spend time to like explain how it works. There's no value there. It's just, hey, you're getting something for free from us. We're going to let you give it away to your community as well. Or, we want your community to see that you're now like a Logitech person, or, a Corsair person, or an Elgato person. One thing Beacon did really well, Kick Tripod spent like an hour with me, right? And obviously this was a one-on-one thing during this process of the beta, but he took time just to explain what it does and like show me the features and how it could help me in just a few different use cases. I could see that same sort of situation with products within streaming. That same thing happening where, like what Jimmy was mentioning, where one person from the product team gets a bunch of streamers together. It's just a seminar where they can be like, hey, here's the products we sent out to you guys. Here's how they work. Here's how you can use it in your environment.
Yes.
Here's the problems that it solves, so they can educate the streamers, but also just help them, right? Like the end goal is for them to sell products. That's obvious. But if along the line, they're also solving these problems that streamers run into, the tech problems and the challenges of daily streaming, they will be infinitely more valuable in the long run to that streamer than just giving them a product and being like, here you go, this is free. You have a few $100s worth of product that you didn't have to spend money on.
Right.
100% agree on that. Yeah, that was on, being working with the Beacon team and getting that one-on-one time or the group time of them going through the products and going through what issues you can run into or different ways that you can use it was so beneficial, as opposed to just like getting a stream deck and then figuring everything out on yourself. So I think you're 100% correct that some businesses could really benefit from doing that type of thing for the community. For shizzle. Last question from Joe Tashi. Name a streamer whose emotes you always use but never get a chance to watch.
Andy Gaming Network, because that's like, he's West Coast and it's on like, he has two partner Twitch channels, the Andy Social Network and the Andy Gaming Network. It's his full-time job. He streams, but he does like I love his content, but it's usually too late for me to watch. So the only chance I ever get to watch it is Saturday nights, and so I rarely ever get to. But I love his emotes, I love his channel. I just never get to watch. I
have a very, very small list of channels that I am subscribed to right now. I think it's maybe three or four different streamers, and I am active in all of them. Back when I was still subbed to Future Man Gaming, I would use his emotes all of the fucking time, but because I was streaming 4 to 5 days a week, I was very, very rarely able to pop in his stream. I actually watch his stream now more than I'm not a subscriber. He's that person for me.
FMG's great.
I would agree. I think Future Man's definitely one of them. I watch him when I can. NMP streams really early, so I never watch his streams because I'm never either awake early enough to watch him stream, or I'm usually doing other stuff, usually sleeping. But him, and then I was going to say SFand. SFand, I use his like dancing emote all the time, but hardly ever actually watch him stream.
He's somebody that just from all the clips that I've seen, I love SFand, but I've never watched a minute of his content.
Yeah, he's a genuine guy.
Yeah.
He's very, very nice. He's a very nice person from what I've seen.
All right, kids, that wraps up episode 174 of the Crocs Not Pockets podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this wonderful Sunday night. We are going to be testing the 8 p.m. Eastern start time for a little bit, at least while we're outside of the NFL season. So hopefully this worked out for a lot of you guys. I know it'll be easier on us. I mean, I think we all seem a little bit more energetic not being so close to midnight. And so it's something that we're going to probably roll with for the foreseeable future. So Bishop and MiddleAgedStream, starting with Bishop, if you guys could go over who you are, where people can find you online, if you have anything important coming up in your content creation career that you would like to share, and then we will close this out.
Sheesh. My name is BishopGP. You can find me on Twitter at Bishop was here, or on Twitch at BishopGP. I have a lot of work stuff coming up. It's all good stuff, so I'll update on the next podcast. Hopefully, some really sweet news. But obviously, working on some big upcoming shows like TwitchCon is coming up, Amsterdam, and then there's the one that's in San Diego. So putting some effort into that, making some cool stuff. And then just like a bunch of show work. And then I'm probably going to get back into streaming. I've been playing a ton with this program called Leorin Board, which is like a programming tool / Stream Deck / most powerful tool I've ever used for streaming ever, period. More powerful than a Stream Deck and all the other hardware I've ever touched. Basically is intelligence for OBS. I've been playing with that a lot and building scenes out and like messing with it. But I need to put some effort into coming and streaming every now and then. I'm planning on streaming twice a month on Twitch, like at a minimum. And if I'm not hitting that barrier, I should be fired. That should be my...
My name is Jimmy, also known as MiddleAgedStream. You can find me on Twitch at MiddleAgedStream, Twitter at MiddleAgedStream without the D because of character limits, and also on TikTok at MiddleAgedStream. My goal, I'm actually at one more week of work, and then I'm on spring break for a week. So I'm not going anywhere for spring break this year or anything. We didn't plan anything. We may do a little something family related in and around town, but we're not going far. So I'm planning on doing some special stuff coming up. I haven't exactly planned everything out yet for this month. But for me, I'm just looking forward to summer. And I will take a brief moment to plug my YouTube channel, which is very, very small. But my goal is to try and be posting more stuff on YouTube soon. And I'm at least a video or two a month to keep kind of things going. But my wife joined me on stream for the first time in forever, so I have the entire AMA with my wife on there. Yeah, and I threw that in the chat. So if you wanted to see and hang out and see what my wife is like, then go watch that video. She's awesome. Anyway,
dude, this whole podcast is just Jimmy bragging about his viewer that he has, all the donations he's gotten. He now has a wife.
I'm married.
He's just bragging about that.
I know.
Dude, look at this guy, just freaking
suffering from success.
On all of us. We get it, bro. We get it, bro. You've got subscribers, you've got viewers, you've got a wife. Okay, dude.
Wife literally built him a fucking shed to stream in. Content creator privilege is off the charts.
She built this, dude. All I did was carry shit. She painted it. She put up the sound foam. She told me to get out of the way.
Speaking of sound, I didn't want to hurt your feelings at the beginning of the podcast. We got to work on your mic's signal chain. We got to get you a little noise suppression.
I got to get it fixed because the AC. I have an AC in the background now, is what it is. So I got to fix that. Yeah.
Oh, is the unit in your shack?
Yes, it's an internal unit. That's what you're hearing. So when I have it on, you'll hear a little bit of that. Yeah.
A little more than a little bit.
Shut up! I'll fix it.
Now that if you've got, dude, are you using RTX voice at all?
No.
That's what you should be. You should be using the RTX voice noise suppression. It would cut that shit out immediately.
How do I activate that?
You basically, it's something that's now usable now that you have a 2000 or 3000 series graphics card. You route your audio through RTX voice, and then your input device in OBS is NVIDIA RTX voice. And then you can change how much noise suppression you use.
How much sois?
Or you could just get a beautiful beacon mic that has the noise suppression built in already. You shouldn't, because you got to go XLR. You shouldn't buy it. But yeah.
Yeah, if you want help, I can show you how to do it. Jimmy. Whenever you want.
Cool.
Not tonight or tomorrow or whenever.
We'll do it. We'll get it knocked out.
Hi, everybody. My name is Snackers. You guys can find me live.
Nobody cares. Move on.
Thanks for tuning in to the Crocs Not Pockets podcast, episode 174. I will be live this upcoming Wednesday, and next Sunday we actually have a podcast scheduled with Dom. He is the creator of Clippy, who is now a part of the eFuse organization, and some really cool shit they're working on over there. I'm really excited to get him on here and to talk about what he's doing. But yeah, this is the episode. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we will catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.